So I wasn't sure if I was gonna share this story or not. I got thinking about it. It's like, yeah, maybe I should. Some people are gonna probably think, you're just daydreaming or crazy or whatever. But that's okay. Everybody's allowed their opinion. But anyway, we got a helicopter going over. That's the air ambulance. Yeah, that's always going. But anyways, so earlier this year, I would say about March or so, I was at work, and first we were inside, and then we had to go outside to cut out some web to do a project. And it was rainy, and it was cold, and it was just kind of a miserable day, and the wind was coming up. And so, anyways, I go cut the web, and about 12 o'clock, one of the newer guys at the time, he had to go home at 12 because the wind was coming up and he couldn't catch the ferry. So ferries weren't running, so he had to go home at 12. So 12:30 comes around, and I'm still out there, and I say, okay, it's time to go in for lunch. And all I could think of was, yeah, just get in, get some hot grub, some hot tea or something, because it was cold and miserable. And I was sort of almost in a daze, like, just that was all I was thinking. Like, go, like, get in there, get something to eat. And that was all that was on my mind at the time. So I remember passing the worker there. He was out working on a net in the yard already. And one of the other newer guys, he was in the fire building, already starting to fill needles. So they were starting their shift. So they just came off their lunch break, and I was going on to mine. So as I was walking by the middle building, I noticed this guy coming out, and he was walking really kind of funny, like slow, like side to side, like really kind of like, like this. And he was short. He was shorter than me. I was like, well, who the hell is shorter than me at work, right? Like the new guy that went home at 12, he's shorter than me. And the guy that was in the yard, he's shorter than me. And I don't know anybody else at work that's shorter than me. And as he's passing by, he's got this around this shoulder. So his left shoulder, this camera's round, so it's left is right and right is left. Uh, on his shoulder here was a blue piece of 3/4 rope with a spliced eye around his shoulder hanging on. It was about 4 or 5 feet long. He was just sort of swinging it, hanging it. Anyways, he's walking by. He's got bright blue, not blue, bright orange, like almost like blaze orange, like Haley Hansen or something, like a sporty type rain pants with suspenders on it. And then he's got a black hoodie, and it's coming like halfway down his face all the way around, so you could just see kind of his face poking out. But he had darkish olive skin. I don't know. Can't. Didn't look native. He wasn't native. He looked more like, I don't know, maybe Mediterranean or something. It was weird. And as he's passing me by, he's saying hello, but it's like walking like this, don't hello, just like silly. I was like, oh, maybe we just hired somebody on the spot. I don't know. Never done that before, I don't think, but anything's possible. So I was like, I'm just worried about getting something because I'm cold and wet and miserable. So just want to get lunch, basically. And usually I'll stop and I'll talk and, see who they are and stuff, because I'm one of the supervisors in the yard. But I just focus on getting in that day for some reason. So go inside the door, and I look back, and it's like, he's gone. He's probably in the building. Probably missed him, right? Because I turned around, he was gone. Uh, anyways, yeah, I went inside the building, and I see another worker, and I asked him, it was the new guy we hired? And he's like, there's no new guy. We didn't hire anybody. What are you talking about? I was like, well, I just passed somebody, and it's like, told him, it's like, we didn't hire anybody as far as I know. So, okay, so anyway, I used the bathroom, washed my hands, went up for lunch. And I asked the general manager, did we hire somebody? It's like, nope. Like, did somebody come in the yard? Somebody new? Nope. And I described what happened. And he's like, you must be hallucinating or something. That's what he said. And I asked everybody. I asked the other guy in the other shop. I said, did you see anybody? He's like, nope. We had never hired nobody either. So I was like, okay. And then that's all I thought of it. And I was like, well, I actually had a appointment booked with a medium on May 3rd. So probably maybe a month later. And I asked her about it. And she said right away, she's like, oh, I think that was like she called it an earth spirit, or somebody's been there a very long time. And that's what she thought. She's like, yeah, it's probably somebody just come to say, hey, whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. So then I got a chance to ask a few more opinions online, because there's some psychics and mediums and clairvoyants and stuff online I follow, and I managed to get some questions in. So the other one said, yep, that was probably a spirit. That's what I feel it was. And the other one said, what was it? Could have been time traveler or something like that. And it was here to clean your chakras. I said, okay, that's another possibility, if you're in a spiritual thing. So then there was another one, because there's people sharing stories on her channel, and she's like, send your story in. I was like, so I sent my story in to her, and she said, oh, to me that seems like a time slip. Like, what happens is it's like two densities come together in a certain spot at a certain time, and it's only like maybe a fraction of seconds or a few seconds or something, and then they sort of go out of phase or whatever. And it's like, so you were there and he was there, or whatever, at the same time, and you just pass each other. I was like, that sounds more like a logical explanation if you're into the paranormal or spiritual stuff. I mean, the normal person would say, "Ah, you're hallucinating, or you're crazy, or you're on drugs or something." And I'm pretty sane for last time I checked, and on drugs, I haven't been on drugs. So, anyways, I just thought I'd share that story, and I was wondering if anybody else had anything happen to them like that before, or something similar. Anyways, love to hear your comments. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye bye.